Scaling Customer Service with Chatbots. I'm Tonya Hall, and joining me is David Karandish, co-founder and CEO of Capacity. Welcome, David.
Thanks for having me.
What does Capacity do, and what prompted you to start the company?
Capacity is a new kind of help desk that uses artificial intelligence to automate your support. Started the company a few years ago. I realized that AI was penetrating every single aspect of the market, and that customer interactions are something where companies are spending more and more time and dollars, and their experiences are getting worse and worse. And so we looked at Capacity as an opportunity to bring artificial intelligence in, give somebody a better customer experience at a lower cost, all while continuing to improve and grow.
How has the customer service industry changed during the pandemic?
So at the start of the pandemic, nobody knew what was going to happen. Everyone was getting questions left and right. We actually had multiple clients of ours where we created COVID bots just to help their teams get access to basic information, from anything from hand washing to work from home policies to everything in between. At the same time, unfortunately, a lot of customer success people have been let go as part of the pandemic, and yet those companies' clients still require the support that they need. And so you have this perfect storm happening where you've got lots of people with questions, a lot of uncertainty going on, and less people to answer those questions. And that's where we come in.
What are some of the biggest challenges for customer service teams currently?
So we tend to see customer service teams apply this kind of technology in two ways. The first way is they go entirely live chat. And live chat is great, and we have a live chat product, and we're fans of live chat. But live chat doesn't end up saving them a lot of money down the road because it's still very human intensive. On the other end, we see companies that try to automate everything, and in trying to do so, they might get some portion of those questions automated or answers automated. But as soon as the bot hits a question it can't answer, they're like those fainting goat videos my kids like to watch on YouTube. They just freeze up and fall over. And so the approach that we've taken is a bit of a third way, where we want to automate. We currently automate 84% of our clients' questions, but anything we can't answer, we will gracefully escalate up to a person, whether it's via live chat or via help desk ticket. And so we want to make sure that we can let the bots do their best bot work and let people do their best people work.
So are your chatbots serving internal needs like HR as well as external customers?
When we started, we initially focused on internal teams, and we pretty quickly realized that a lot of the same use cases span on both sides. So we might have a mortgage customer where their clients have questions about the loan process, but their loan officers have questions about the loan process. And so we actually don't put as big of a distinction between internal or external. A lot of times our clients have a mix of the two going on.
What are some of the more innovative ways that you've seen chatbots used in customer service?
A few of the ways that we've seen, first of all, you've got deflecting those level 0 questions. Now, actually doing, a lot of people talk about that, but actually doing that well. We're working with it's hard to find somebody who does a good job at that. We're working with a credit union here in town in St. Louis, where over the course of the time that we worked with them, their assets under management went up by 2x. Their calls into their call center were reduced by 25%, and we were able to get their customer sat scores to go up by 10 points. The way that we did that was we'd spent a lot of time with the client understanding what are the key questions that in their case, the credit union members ask on a consistent basis. We wanted to make sure that not only would the bot's search technology be able to answer those questions, but it could even predict what somebody is likely to ask as they start typing the question.
Tell us about the data behind the AI, behind the chatbot, right? So how do you build the data set? Where does the data come from? And what role do humans play in curation?
Great question. So the way we think about it, and I could totally geek out on this for hours. I know we don't have that much time, But the way we think about it is that all company intelligence boils down to three places and three places alone. It's either in an app, it's in a document, or it's in the heads of one of your team members. So I would argue every single bit of company intelligence is one of those three places. Now, in the case of the apps, we've built out a developer platform where we can connect just about any API up to Capacity's API. So if you want Capacity to talk with your Salesforce instance or your Office instance or your HubSpot instance or your proprietary software that your team's developed, we hand you the API, you get the two to talk with each other. Now you can ask questions into that software package. The next bucket is with documents. Initially, people would send us their documents. We would pull questions and answers out, store them in our knowledge base. Pretty quickly, we realized we needed to be able to index those documents and ask questions into the document. And then finally, we added the ability to now take a document that's semi-structured, like a contract or maybe a proposal, and be able to ask questions into that document on a consistent basis across multiple different document formats. Then finally, the last bucket is your knowledge of your team. So our best clients will go through and actually ask their team members and curate kind of wisdom of the crowds in a wisdom of the crowds fashion. What are the top questions that you get asked and answered on a day in and day out basis? We aggregate that up, and that becomes the starting point for the knowledge base itself.
David Karandish, co-founder and CEO of Capacity. If somebody wants to connect with you, David, maybe they want to find out more about your work, how can they do that?
You can check us out by going to capacity.com, or you can ping me on LinkedIn.
Sounds good. Thanks for joining us, David. And find more of my interviews right here or at tonyahall.net. Thanks for watching.